All right, so today I want to talk about the worst mistake I made in property management. All right, so I own a lot of property, multiple doors. Anyways, biggest mistake I've made with these mobile home parks is there's like three of them that whenever I used my personal cell phone to like reach out to tenants at some time or the other. And just because like I'm a doer, right? Like I want stuff done. Say something was going wrong, like, or even, I mean, on this 88 unit park when we bought it, it was like a weekend the next day after we bought it. So instead of like having the team upload everything in the CRM, Appfolio, get it all, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna call and text every tenant individually today. I spent my day doing that, introducing myself, which is good and I like doing, and I went in person and did it too, but I shouldn't have done it with my personal number. So get this, like last night at like 11 o'clock, there's a power outage in the whole neighborhood, include not my neighborhood, but this park I own. And like there's just a power outage in the whole neighborhood, including the park. I get all these calls and texts at 11 o'clock last night. Y'all, the power was out for like 15 minutes. Like, what am I gonna do about a power outage? But I got all these voicemails about how it's hot, and people are hot, and this isn't right. All this stuff to my personal cell phone, right? For one, that's crazy that's just how people act. But for two, like my personal cell phone, like compromised, right? So, like whenever you buy property, and it might sound common sense to you, but like I said, I'm a doer. So like I've intervened, handled situations where there was like disgruntled tenants. I might have called them from my personal cell real quick instead of just logging into the CRM and giving them a call, right? Or like instead in Appfolio, you can send group like mass messages. Appfolio is a property management software that we use instead of sending messages through even there or whatever. Um, just don't use your personal cell phone number, right? And on your lease agreements, or this is just my experience. I'm not saying don't, you do you, but I'm telling you, this is where the things that I wish I wouldn't have done. And I'm not going to do moving forward. It's just, you live and learn, and sometimes you have to learn a few times to learn a lesson. And finally, I'm done doing that. I'm done having people have my personal number. Like, get this, like yesterday, this dude, his AC goes out like a week ago at like a cabin that I own, and I have the team. Well, they sent the AC company out. Took them a couple days to get there. Unfortunately, it's hot in Texas too, and I guess the AC company didn't fix it right, fix it, whatever. They went, but it's not fixed. Well, I get a call, like literally, I'm not exaggerating, 20 back-to-back calls from this guy on my personal cell phone, the tenant, yesterday. And he left me so many vulgar messages. And I just responded with, please respond to my team that has been trying to reach out to you. Do not call me. Everything needs to be directed towards the office and towards the team that is trying to get a hold of you to resolve this situation, because he won't answer their calls, he won't answer their texts, he wants to speak with the owner, right? And that's not how it goes, but if he never had my cell phone number, then he'd never have that opportunity. And get this, so I have a handyman that used to live at that park for years. And he says, hey, my buddy that lives in my old unit got a knock on the door yesterday afternoon, or banging at the door. And that dude that rents the cabin down the road, he was like looking for either me or you, I don't know, but he was pissed. And he said he needed his AC fixed right now, just acting erratic, right? I mean, people get crazy. I understand, like, it sucks if it gets hot. I don't know anybody, including myself, where an AC hasn't went out, where there was something clogged in pipes, where plumbing went out, where water went out, right? Like, but some people just aren't emotionally regulated enough to be professional or to be like humans, right? So anyways, I say, like, I like to protect myself these days because, like I said, in the past, I've just screwed up, like giving my personal info out. I don't even like for people to know, like, I'm the owner of the park, even though it's kind of like it's unavoidable, really. I just say I'm one of the owners now. Like if I even own it solely, I'm one of the owners, part of management. You know, it depends who I'm talking to. If I'm talking like a tenant, it's like I'm part of management. But if it's like utility services, obviously I'll tell them I'm one of the owners. But people like will look me up on Facebook and follow me and DM me when there's like property management issues, right? Because if they find out I'm the owner, so I just really kind of protect that now, and we have like a portal in our rental software where you're supposed to upload any issues, and then it hits my team member, and my team members dispatch somebody on our vendors list. Right, that's how the process works. Because if not, like we try to explain to them, which I don't even like. I'd still tell them, hey, it's not gonna get done if you send me a message. Like I'm not the person that does this. Like it's gonna be like, oh yeah, if I did it, it'd be like, oh, okay, and then I'd be doing something else to be done. But we have a process, we have systems. So like I explained to them, if you actually follow the systems that are in place, you'll get what you need done. And not only that, on our lease agreements, rent to own agreements, whatever, well, mainly lease agreements because we don't really do repairs on rent to own unless it's the land that the units are sitting on. Lease agreements, it says, what number to call, what to do, if you have any issues, concerns, where to pay, all the stuff, right? It says it on there. And we go over the lease and we tell them these things, but some people just panic, right? They just panic. And I just want you to understand that's part of the business. However, what I've also learned is document everything. All right, everything. That's why I really like text messages, emails, over phone calls. I know a lot of people's first reactions, I want to get on the phone with somebody, but I like to have everything documented. If it's in text or email, it's like, hey, this and this happened, this and this happened. And I train my team that way. And I'm like, hey, everything documented. Like I talked to my team member yesterday. I was like, hey, we have this crazy ass guy knocking on people's doors, like, leaving me vulgar messages. Don't talk to him over the phone, and if you can avoid it, try to text him first. That way we have all this stuff in writing. Like I have all of his voicemails transcripted, right? And the reason I say that is we do property management, and like I've had a tenant call the city before and be like, hey, they're not doing what we asked them to do, and it's like, well, the city inspector like called and or emailed us, and they're like, hey, we opened a case. This has only happened once, but la di da. Well, one of my assistants, one of my team members was like, well, man, it sucks that happened, but here's all of our documentation. And he just hands like a scroll of all the stuff we've done, text calls, responding, all the stuff, right? And then the city is like, well, damn, okay, well, thank you. Like, case closed, right? So if that wasn't documented, we could look a little different in their eyes. But instead, they're appreciative and they're like, okay. They don't say this, but like, okay, well, the tenants are just being, whatever. It's part of the business, right? And you're gonna have unruly people every now and then, but just don't let people have your personal info. Even and maybe you're just like a single family landlord. Still, you can use a CRM, you can use a Google number, you can set the tone, set the precedence. I guess that's some of my biggest advice, especially like scaling. I mean, most landlords that I know wanna scale. They all want to make more money, right? And to do that, you usually have to have more properties or be more efficient at what you're doing. But either one requires systems and processes. And in order to have system and processes, like direct to direct communication isn't always the best. So I hope this helps, and maybe get a little chuckle out of it with me getting a couple crazy calls last night whenever a damn neighborhood ran out of electric. But it is what it is. I learn my lessons too, and that's why we continue to build our processes and continue to upgrade and continue to level up. We're all here learning, right? No matter what level you're at, I'm at, whatever. We're all learning, we're all evolving. That's probably why you're listening to this podcast if you are. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, refer it to a friend, family member. Deeply appreciate it. My name's Travis Wells. This is the Property Profits Podcast. Go follow me on socials. If you got any questions, comments, concerns, likes, dislikes, put them in whatever comments you're watching this on, listening to this on. And it takes, it's a little pain in the ass to go leave a review, but if you can, I'd really appreciate it. It'll help the algorithm send this out to more people, and if it helped you, maybe it'll help another person. Till next time, we'll see you then.